Stop trying to impress women with whatever you talk about. Whenever you are in a conversation with a woman, I know that the majority of men in the world, they try to impress a woman. And usually when other experts or anybody who talks about this, trying to impress a woman or trying to impress anybody, usually people refer, or we all think that is about telling luxurious things or expensive properties or materialistic stuff like owning a car or a restaurant or a club or a house, wealthy, if you are wealthy or rich. Yes, of course, that's trying to impress, and that's a mistake. If you are wealthy, you possess material things, an expensive car or motorbike or a boat, or maybe you rent a boat, or maybe you went on a party on a boat and you want to say those things. Maybe you went to a club or to a bar with friends or cool friends and you want to say those things to women. So become aware of what you talk about with women. Stop trying to impress with little things like, I went on a trip, I went on a holiday there. If you're thinking, you have a hope inside you that, maybe if I say that thing to the woman, she's gonna be more attracted, more impressed, and therefore she wants to share my company. You've already lost because you are trying to impress with something. Now, it's okay to say anything. You can say anything with women. Let me fix my hair. My videos are crap. Subscribe to this channel. Stay subscribed for like 4 months and then you consider if you want to stay or unsubscribe. But stay subscribed to this channel. Leave a comment down below. My videos are shit. My videos are crap. I'm aware of what you say to women all the time. So I'm not going to talk about how to approach women, the first few words, how to keep the conversation. Let's assume you already got past that, or approach anxiety with cold approaches, women you don't know, or warm approaches, women in your workspace or your social circle. Let's assume you already covered that and you're talking to a woman. Maybe she's a friend. Maybe she's a friend of a friend. Maybe you're hanging out with your female friend and she has some good friend. Now you're trying to impress her. This could be also about when we talk to men or anybody, we're trying to impress them. But let's concentrate now as a man talking to a woman. So if I'm talking to her and I am thinking for 1, 2, 3 seconds, I'm gonna say this to her, that means that I'm trying to impress her. And what it is, maybe a joke, maybe a funny thing, maybe last night I went to a club and I know that club is a famous club and I went with a bunch of cool people and we had fun. That's some sort of social proof and that can be attractive. But if we are trying hard and we're thinking, I'm gonna say that. So you have to become aware and conscious of your thoughts, your energy thinking around you. And you have to say, what am I trying to say this? Now, if it's spontaneous, like you are talking, you are not even thinking like a split second, you throw it out, that's good. That's called spontaneous. Spontaneity. Spontaneity? How do you pronounce it? My English shit. My English is bad. My English sucks. My English sucks. Spontaneity. Being spontaneous. Spontaneous means I want to say something right now and I think it's not even half of a second, a fraction of 1 second. And I say the same with people, the same with women. And now I'm even aware when I'm uncomfortable in the presence of somebody. I am very conscious. I realize actually, and I go, I'm very uncomfortable in the company of this person that I am measuring my words. That's bad. That's bad. That means I am uncomfortable and I'm not spontaneous. I'm not really spontaneous. Although I'm well trained to be spontaneous even in those situations. So when you're talking to a woman, become aware and think, what am I saying? Why am I saying that? Let's say, I'll give you a bunch of examples. You are trying to impress a woman when you talk about anything. Examples, you went on a trip, you went on a tour, you went on a holiday and you rent a jet ski or a banana boat. And you want to say that to a woman with the hope to impress her, to attract her. Maybe she's already attracted. Don't get me wrong. You can say anything to anybody. You can talk about anything with a woman if you want to talk about it. If you really mean it and you just Throw it out and you don't even think about it. You bought a watch. You went to shopping with a friend. You rent a car with a friend and you want to say that because you are adventurous and you want to let her see that you are adventurous. Some guys say those things and they get the woman. That's because if you subscribe to this channel and you watch a number of videos, the main principle, everything stems from a woman is either interested in that or she's not interested. On my right side, I see all the women who are interested in me, and on my left side, all the women who are not interested. At any given time I approach a woman or I get in contact with a woman, that woman, she's either interested or she's not interested. Never mind if over time that woman can become interested and can show attraction and can decide to share her company with me. Now you can talk about anything. You bought a new pair of shoes or a jacket that is very expensive, or you went to a store. Materialistic possessions like expensive luxurious things, whether you bought a watch. Now, if women notice those things and they make a comment, here is how you become immediately attractive. Consciously become aware of those and stop, refrain from the urge to say those things, you become more attractive. And if they don't notice, it doesn't matter. It's not meant to be. So let them notice that. You are a social person, you have a number of friends, that is attractive. But if you try hard to say it, you are a loser. You travel more than once a year, several times. That is attractive. But if you try hard, you want her to know it, you are a loser. Let her find out, and then at some point you have to say it. At some point you will say it. You have to tell a story. You have to tell a story, maybe she asks you a question about it. Or a female friend, she's a beautiful model. That builds attraction in other women if we have beautiful female friends in our life. But if we try hard, you come across as an imbecile. Don't say it. And even if you try hard to arrange a meeting and show up with this beautiful female, hot female friends, that is still trying hard. In other words, let things happen because they will happen. If you have something attractive in your life, let's say you have money, at some point is inevitable. They're gonna see it. People and women. But try to hide it as much as possible. If you have beautiful female friends, hot girlfriends, keep it for yourself. It will come out anyway. It's inevitable. If you went on a trip, if you book holidays to cool places, exotic places, don't say it. You don't have to say it unless you really want to say it. I want to say it because I love it. It's your passion. That's fine. I'm not saying you don't have to talk about anything to anybody. You can talk about anything with anybody. Those people who are smart and intelligent, they understand the value of this video and they understand the principle, what I am trying to convey here. And then the idiots, the imbecile, they will criticize in the comments. Welcome to the imbeciles and idiots in the comments. Other examples. So why are you trying to impress? Stop trying to impress women. I guarantee you. And by the way, this I applied it on my life. When I stopped trying to impress a woman, I became more attractive and I can see the attraction from women. And there are many other principles to apply on my life, apply on your life to become more attractive. Actually, the last time I tried to impress a woman was a beautiful, hot, gorgeous female dancer from Australia. She was a tall brunette and she was a beautiful, amazing body. I caught myself, that was the last time in 2015. I've already applied the principles on my life in the previous months and years where I trained myself to stop trying to impress a woman, let's say about anything. Let's say I know a rich person and I'm trying to say, went to a trip or a holiday or a party and I'm trying to say it. Remember, there was a friend of mine, Italian guy, and we met in London because he used to live in London. I was staying in London, in England. And I remember he was a DJ, he's still a DJ. We were going to a club where he was DJing. And this guy, DJ himself, I was behind him, we were walking with a bunch of people to the club, and there was other two girls. He approached those two girls. He was trying to tell them, I'm the DJ at that party. In my mind, I knew, oh, he's not a loser. He's a good-looking guy and he gets women. But even good-looking guys sometimes are desperate to trying to say those things to women. And this was an Italian guy, young, good-looking, was a DJ. He's still a DJ. Several years, actually it was in 2014, 10 years ago. We were walking, it was nighttime. We were going to the club where he was DJing, and he was dying to let these two hot girls, and then they ignored him. And so we kept on walking with a bunch of people, and those two girls, we're heading to the party. Another occasion, this was in 2012, I met a British guy in Barcelona, Spain. I stayed 1 month there in 2012. I met this Indian guy and a British guy. This British guy was the owner or co-owner of 2 bars in downtown Barcelona in the center with a ton of tourists and beautiful girls around. He had also a beautiful apartment. He took us to his apartment. We made friends for several weeks. And I remember I was approaching a ton of women, and this guy loved it that I was so active at that time, and I had all these skills, and I was opening sets. At that time I used that terminology, opening sets in these bars. The bars, he was the owner. I remember one of these sets, group of girls that I opened, and they were engaging with me. I was engaging several groups. He was like, oh my God, I want this guy on my side. He was buying me drinks, not buying because it was his bar. And he was giving me drinks. At some point I had to stop and say, hey, I cannot drink, I cannot get drunk. Just talk to these women. I was introducing him and the other guys to these girls. I was just trying to impress also them at that time with my approaching skills. But anyway, I remember this guy didn't say to the women, this British guy, older guy, didn't say, not bad looking, didn't say to those women I introduced him to that he was the owner, but he made something that was so stupid to me. He went to one of the windows in the bar to check around if everything was okay and shut the curtains of the windows like poof. In a dramatic way he did it. And I could tell that he was trying to impress women so that they would go and ask, oh, why is he doing that? Why is he taking charge of shutting those windows curtains when there was no need at all to do that? But he was trying to convey subconsciously that he was trying hard to impress a woman. This British guy, not bad looking, older, owner of 2 bars in Barcelona, trying to impress those women that I approached and I opened for me, for them, for all of us, just to have fun. He was trying to impress, to let them know that he was the owner. Or in the hope that they would ask, hey, are you the owner of this bar? Are you the manager? That's an example, a great example. And I could tell many examples. Now I'll show you one example. I wasn't trying to impress a woman, and I can never forget this. Never forget this example, this story. I was on a cruise ship during an exercise, and on that ship at that time, I was friend with the captains on board. First captain, second captain, and the first officer. We were friends, we were hanging out. Now, yes, it was a kind of a flex because I had access to other things on the ship because we were friends. They were all Italians. We were on an American cruise line. I got used to hang out with these high status officers on the ship because, you know, there's like over 1,200 people working on ships, so they notice. But I got used. One morning during an exercise, I get approached by this friend of mine, captain, because they go around checking all the crew members. And there were other people and other women, and one of these was a beautiful Asian woman. She was married on board with a guy, Asian. Yeah, she had a husband. And they noticed, and I was normal during the exercise. I had to behave not like a friend, normal. And I got approached by this Italian friend, captain, asking me if I had a booklet with me for the safety. He wanted to let me know that even though we were friends, it doesn't mean that I didn't have to do the safety duties on board. And so I was behaving like normal. Yeah, I said, I have, yeah. And he said, show me. And he laughed and smiled. I said, and then in distance people could see that we were friends. And later on this woman approached me, are you friends with the captain? Yeah, it was so spontaneous. I realized that I was impressing her now, but I didn't want to. She was staring at me with her eyes, dropping her jaw. Not because I was only friends with this captain, because there was this level of friendships like being cool and chill like normal. My status in her eyes was raising like this. And I could see, I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And then I realized, then I rationalized, the attraction, the status. That's called status, being connected with people with status, or being connected to a celebrity. That's status. Being connected with beautiful women, it's pre-selection. Pre-selection is an attraction trigger. Status is an attraction trigger. Humor, money, wealth, health, and a ton of other things are all attraction triggers. I was aware of that because I studied those things. Oh, and I could see the attraction in her eyes. The story about Australian beautiful female dancer, brunette, hot, unattainable. I was thinking she's out of my league. I was outside in a port in Mexico, Ensenada, Mexico, and I went into a party during the daytime. After there was like a ton of other people, American people, and I don't know, girls, beautiful. I stayed like a few minutes. On the way back on the ship, I ran into her. Oh, did you go out? Oh, I was into a party, into a club. It was so cool and fun. And oh my God, there was a ton of young people. Oh my God, you should have seen. And this Australian female dancer looks at me. And I was like, oh, fuck. What did I do? I went back to the drawing board. And since then, I promised, I trained myself to stop talking to women at all. Because I had to say, I'm not going to talk to another woman until I stop trying to impress her. In her eyes, I was an idiot, an imbecile. Trying to talk about I was in a fucking party. So what do you talk about to women, with women? My English sucks, guys. My English sucks. Subscribe to this channel. What do you talk about with women? Stupid shit. Like, I don't know, you went to a pizzeria? Who gives a shit? You went to a party? Who gives a shit? You are an idiot. Or you bought something, or you and your friend rented a boat? Who gives a shit? I used to rent a jet ski to just trying to impress women. Who gives a shit? You are an idiot if you do that. You talk about your female friends, your hot female friends, you are an imbecile, you are a loser. You talk about you bought something expensive, you are a loser. You talk about you showed a $40,000 car, you are a loser. Or a Ferrari $300,000 car. You talk about you rent an apartment with your friends, you are a fucking loser. You talked about you went to a club last week, you are a loser. You talk about you went to a bar last night, you are a fucking loser, and they're gonna walk away. Now, if those women stay because they are already attracted to you, whoever is watching, some people need help, some other people don't. Some women stay, they are already attracted to you, but you're still trying to impress. You are an idiot. So remember, what am I talking about with women? Am I trying to impress? All kind of examples. You bought I don't know, you bought something, or you read a book. Oh my God, a book. I remember this fucking loser from Serbia, I guess. Not that people from Serbia are losers. But this guy, he wants to be like the smart, cool guy. He went to the bar with a big fat book like this and trying to read at nighttime with a party going on. Oh, he was at the bar to show people that he was this. Stop trying. You are a fucking idiot. You are a loser because you're trying to impress women. So whatever you do, even if you stand in a certain way, you're trying to impress, just relax. And that's how you become attractive. Just chill. That's how you become more attractive. Just cool down, relax, breathe in. Just say this, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, okay. They can think whatever they want. And now the good qualities will come out. They will find out. And you can become more attractive. And that's how I became more attractive. Follow this advice, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like. See you in the next video.